Prime Minister Boris Johnson has set out outrageous EU threats and why it is so important that the new internal market bill is passed in Parliament. We're going to go through all the very latest as the PM speaks out today and explains the very real situation Brexit Britain now faces. As ever though, guys, please start off by giving this video a big thumbs up, click subscribe and the bell so you don't miss the next report. Really helps me out. Let's dive into this. So this is Boris Johnson today in the Telegraph accusing the European Union of threatening to impose a food blockade in the Irish Sea that would destroy the economic and territorial integrity of the UK. This is really outrageous stuff, guys. Writing in the Telegraph, the Prime Minister made a passionate defence of his decision to alter the Brexit divorce deal, saying he has to protect Britain from the disaster of handing Brussels the power to carve up our country. He also issued a direct plea to Conservative MPs threatening to rebel over his plans, and of course we covered that in yesterday's video that there's seemingly Remainer MPs plotting against this. Absolutely disgraceful to see that, by the way, and Lords as well. The PM issuing a direct plea to Conservative MPs threatening to rebel over his plans, telling them that if they stand in his way, they will reduce the chance of getting a trade deal with the EU and, of course, reducing the UK's negotiating leverage. Johnson insisted a Canada-style trade deal with the EU is still possible and remains his goal, but that Brussels must take their threats off the table and rebel MPs must get into line. He also believes the UK will still prosper mightily under a narrower Australia-style deal. Now, Boris actually writing in the Telegraph, and I would recommend you go and read this just because it sets out where we are, what Boris's thinking is. In forging our new relationships, he says, we can't have our lives or our economy regulated by the European Court. We must have the right to devise our own laws and regulations, and we must have sole control of our spectacular marine wealth, our fisheries. He goes on to say our negotiators believe that there may be serious misunderstanding about the terms of the withdrawal agreement we reached last October. We are being told that the EU will not only impose tariffs on goods moving from Great Britain to Northern Ireland, Boris writes, but that they might actually stop the transport of food products from Great Britain to Northern Ireland. Outrageous. I have to say that we never seriously believed, Boris says, that the EU would be willing to use a treaty negotiated in good faith to blockade one part of the UK, to cut it off, or that they would actually threaten to destroy the economic and territorial integrity of the UK. He says that we cannot leave the theoretical power to carve up our country, to divide it, in the hands of an international organisation. We have to protect the UK from that disaster, and that is why we have devised a legal safety net in the UK internal market bill to clarify the position, to sort out the inconsistencies. Boris says, makes it absolutely clear here, if we fail to pass this bill, or if we weaken its protections, then we will in fact reduce the chances of getting that Canada-style deal. As it happens, he concludes, I believe that this country will prosper mightily in either event, deal or no deal, and he says we could do very well indeed if we left on Australian terms. Now, this outrageous EU threat, this isn't the first time we've actually heard of it, because earlier in the week, The Sun did report on this, saying Brussels threatened to disrupt food exports from mainland Britain to Northern Ireland as negotiating leverage. The Sun can reveal the incendiary trade talks power play infuriated the UK side and helped trigger their bombshell bid to make legal changes to the withdrawal agreement. So it's all very good to hear the outrage from Remainer establishment types, but Brussels threatening to disrupt food exports from mainland Britain to Northern Ireland. The government had to respond to this. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Now, as I touched upon yesterday's report, Boris Johnson held a virtual meeting with Conservative MPs to take them through the internal market bill and his thinking. Obviously, as rumours building that there could be disgracefully Conservative MPs trying to cause trouble yet again, and of course the House of Lords to deal with. Sebastian Payne of the Financial Times reporting on that virtual meeting, saying that Boris Johnson echoed Ian Duncan Smith's argument that in the event of no deal, the EU will force us to put tariffs and checks down the Irish Sea and decide unilaterally the nature of the products that are at risk from going into EU. Johnson told Conservative MPs, we cannot have that, and this bill, the Internal Market Bill, ensures that won't happen. He also said the controversial clauses in the Internal Market Bill were necessary to stop a foreign power from breaking up our country. Let me repeat that because this is serious. The controversial clauses in the Internal Market Bill necessary to stop a foreign power from breaking up our country. This is what some Conservative MPs and Lords apparently want to rebel against. The Times also reporting that Boris said these are absolutely vital in terms of the bill to protecting the integrity of our country, and they're vital if we want to prevent a foreign or international body from having the power to break up our country. Now, Conservative MP John Redwood setting out his argument this morning and the way he sees things, saying the EU is still trying to treat the UK as a colony. So EU law and their court no longer rules us. Parliament now decides on UK law and trade policy. So guys, I thought this is important to flag up about Boris hitting back at this threat from the EU. Because of course, as I say, we've seen Remainer establishment type outrage on this as usual. But this is the seriousness of what is going on in these negotiations. You know, as I said, Boris accusing the EU of threatening to impose a fluid blockade in the Irish Sea that would destroy the economic and territorial integrity of the UK. And that now is why you've seen the government respond. That now is why you're looking at an internal market bill that will override elements of the truly rotten withdrawal agreement. But as ever, guys, I just want to say thank you, by the way, because this channel is absolutely rocketing up in terms of views and subscribers. It's because of you guys. I really do appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the reports. If you do have any constructive criticism, let me know in the comments. Would love to hear it. But would love to hear what you think about the EU's behaviour here in terms of these threats and what Boris's response to it. Of course, next week we'll have that debate and we'll see what happens in terms of the internal market bill in Parliament. You can rely on the Westminster to bring you all the very latest on that. But let me know what you think about the current situation. Do you think it's simply time to walk away? Do you think the EU will back down and a sensible deal can be done? Or is the whole thing too far gone at this stage? Would love, as ever, to know what you think down in the comments below. And of course, if you have enjoyed this video, it really helps me out, guys. We're really surging in terms of views and subscribers. But if you could click subscribe and the bell so that you don't miss future reports. I don't want you to, there's so much going on. I don't want you to miss what else is going to be going on over the next few weeks ahead. And of course, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this report. Thanks for watching.